Hello everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another video in The Sims 4. So this is another speed build. Today we are building the CliffHanger house. And if you haven't already guessed it from the title, this house is hanging on a cliff. Basic as that. It is a modern house. It is a small house. It's not that big, but it has every single thing that you would need. It has a kitchen, a bedroom, dining room, and a living room, and a little office space, and of course bathroom. So everything that you could possibly need. But I wanted to create this house and kind of try to blend it into the surrounding here. So I decided to use this lot, which we have on the that we have on the hill in Windenburg. So it's not a like super big lot. It's a basic sized lot, and I wanted to use that because I didn't want this house to actually get too big. I wanted it to be small and modern and have like this feel that it was built in as part of nature. So that's why I decided to kind of build it hanging on, like, I wouldn't say a cliffside, but I kind of tried to imitate a cliff here, with having just one rock actually holding up the house. And I tried to make it into one big rock. And then on the surrounding space here, I just created like a bunch of fake rocks around the, let's call it a room that we have on the floor here, just to kind of make it look a bit more natural, and actually make it look like that it was something man-made put into nature. So yeah, that's what I did. I'm working with a lot of white colors outside here. I initially wanted to change the color of the stone to be a bit more grayish, so you can change it to be kind of a bit more grayish black kind of stone, but I actually fell in love with how the white stone looked here, and I was just like, okay, let's just go with it. I think it looks pretty awesome. And then I decided in the end that I was just gonna work off of the whites, so that's what we're gonna do with the outside, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. So yeah, just working on the house here, and this is all of the house there is, and as you can see, it's not big. It's not a big house, but it's not supposed to be big. It's supposed to be sleek and modern looking and have like this modern edge to it, so you can kind of feel like it is a really modern house, and kind of feel like when you walk into the house, you kind of feel like, okay, so this is super modern. This is cool. So right when you walk into the house, you walk right into the kitchen, and we have like this big open kitchen slash dining room, living room area. So it's kind of like a thing that we have here in Scandinavia, or at least here in Denmark. We can't call it, what is it called? Kitchen all room, I think, is what you can roughly translate it to. So it just means that everything in the kitchen is open with the living room, and I thought that was a cool idea, just to work off that idea here. And also it just worked out great, because as you can see, the house is on an angle, and that just makes it a bit more difficult to place furniture, and that's just the way it is in The Sims. I also believe or remember that it was that way in The Sims 3 as well. So that's just the way it is. An angle is always a bit more difficult to work with, but I liked the idea of having it on an angle. And the windows just look a bit bigger when they are placed on an angle, as we did here. So I really did like that. So that's an upside. But yeah, it may seem like we don't have a lot of space, but I actually feel like this is a very spacious house. I did not. I usually do so you can actually expand the house or leave a room unfurnished, so you have something to furnish yourself. But I didn't do that in this build. It's already quite a short build. It just took like 1 hour and 30 minutes or something to do this build. So it's not a super long build. It was actually quite quick. But I was in love with the house, and I wanted to furnish everything. And also just because it was such a small build. So I felt like it was better for me to just furnish everything. So here we have the little living room area. And as you can see, it's one big open room here. And I love that idea. I just think it's awesome, and it's probably something that I'm gonna do a lot more in the future. But now we're gonna see. So yeah, I was actually, if you haven't already watched my Oswald estate build, I said in that build that I wasn't sure if I wanted to furnish that build. So it's this huge build. You can see it on my channel or on my playlist. But yeah, I asked you guys if you wanted to see me furnishing it, and I have only gotten positive comments on that, and people saying that they want to see it furnished. So I'm definitely going to do that, just not at the moment. But I'm gonna do that. Just keep that in mind. I'm definitely gonna furnish it. I have begun to draw up, how I want the room's layouts to be. It is a massive build, so it's gonna take a bit of time. And there may be like this build, smaller builds in between, to when I actually can get it out to you guys. So just keep that in mind. But I am gonna furnish it, and I think it's gonna turn out really, really nice. So yeah, working on the infamous bathroom here. I'm never gonna like doing bathrooms. For me, I feel like no matter what I do, the bathrooms always, I can change the colors and do a lot of things with it, but for me, the bathrooms just always have the same vibe to it. It's just, I don't know what to do with them. Yeah, I'm really uninspired when it comes to the bathrooms, and I have no idea what to do with them. I don't like doing them, but it's something that has to be done. So I was actually a bit surprised when watching this back that the bathroom was not the first room that I furnished, because usually that's the first room that I do. And just to get it over with, and then I can concentrate on what I really want to furnish, which is the rest of the house. So it was actually quite a surprise to myself as well. I didn't even think about it when I started doing this build to do the bathroom. I just started from the beginning of the house, where the entrance was, and then I just elaborated and went out to the rest of the house. So we just kind of go from one end to another here, until the house is finished. But yeah, this hallway here, not that much space, so I decided just to put in a little office area in the end of the hallway, and then of course having a bookcase and some seating areas to enjoy reading a book. And then we have the bedroom here. The bedroom is quite large compared to what I could have done with the rest of the house. But it just fit in so perfectly with the way that I have placed the bathroom, and I felt like it was okay for the bedroom to actually be quite large. So yeah, I think it looks good, and for some reason I'm super in love with those puffs or whatever they're called. You know, like that little seating square. I love that. I am in love with it, and I've been using it a lot lately in my build. So I apologize for that. Yeah, just going outside here, and again working off the white stone here. So we created like this white trim for the garden outside, and then I tried to mix in like a manicured garden with a kind of a bit untamed wilderness here. So we have the manicured gardens here, of course, and then I put a lot of trees around in the back, and a lot of different trees, and in the end you're also gonna see me put in you know, some of those flowers for the floor, just to kind of try to make it a bit more untamed looking. And I was just checking that the staircase would actually work. If you have watched my Asian mountain build, you would know why I was doing that, because that gave me hell that time. So I was just checking that, putting in some more trees, and some of these untamed flowers here. Or not. It's coming. Yeah, putting in some more trees. Just to make it look good, and putting in these flowers. You know, quite scattered around, and then we are just gonna jump into the screenshots here in a sec. There we go. The kitchen looking beautiful. So yeah, if you want to download this house, you can definitely do that. It's on the gallery right now. So just search my Origin ID or EA ID, whatever they call it now, which is Auvbri, and you should be able to find every single thing that I upload to the gallery, all of my builds, and just remember to follow me on the gallery for every time that I upload a new thing, and subscribe to my channel here, so you get a notification every time I upload something, and it would really help me out. Let's see if we can get to 8,000, almost at 7,000, which is freaking insane. Thank you so much for that, and tell me down in the comment section below what you think of this build. Anyways, there's nothing else for me to say. Just have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world. And yeah, I will see you next time for another house building video. And yeah, just have a fantastic day. I'm Auvbri. Have a fantastic day. Bye.